Digital 410 Productions proudly presents the Waterman and D-Train Show.
Digitized live and at Computer Studio in Cape Coral, Florida. It's the Waterman and D-Train Show, and we're all back once again. It's the Waterman and D-Train Show, as I just said. I am your friend, Don Abernathy, i.e. D-Train. Here he is, back from parts unknown, Dave the Waterman. Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, I'm back, man. What's happening? How you doing, Gordon?
Doing well. Great to see you're not dead in a ditch or something.
No, brother, not yet, man.
He's not dead in a ditch. He just sleeps in them.
That's right, brother. I just bed down.
Any port in a storm.
Oh, hey, man, you know, you got to do what you got to do. How is everybody, man?
Good.
Like,
I'm catching a cold. I woke up late yesterday. I got a sore throat, and it hasn't gotten any better.
Oh, man.
And today the sniffles have set in. So now I got that going for me.
That sucks.
And I have a feeling as soon as this cold kicks in hard, I'll get a call back to do another episode of the secret project I'm working on. And my luck, I'll get some lines now that I won't be able to talk. But
you
we'll
lose
see.
your voice. They'll be like, hey, we need you to do some more, you know.
Hey, you want to audition for a
Some
couple lines?
lines,
And
yeah.
I won't be able to talk because I'll have like laryngitis or some shit. And not to mention the fact I got an interview tomorrow for the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast. I have an interview for Wednesday for the following episode of the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast.
Wow,
And I'm
brother.
currently trying to schedule a guest for the Fail to Fail podcast. And so now is not the time for me to lose my voice, but that's neither here nor there.
Right?
We are everywhere.
How
Thank you guys for joining us
Yeah.
every week on the Waterman D-Train Show. I know
Absolutely.
we are consistently inconsistent.
Hey, that's perfect.
We are so consistently inconsistent, that is our new
I love it.
tagline on our podcast. So when you download or you go to our page, you'll see our new slogan is consistently
Right
inconsistent.
on.
I need to make some t-shirts that say as such.
Yep.
But hey, we're here. We're clear.
When he shows.
And let's get to it. How you
Right
been?
on. Dude, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I want to talk about real quick. I want to hit on this. I saw you last night,
Uh-huh.
and we were at
And I
a.
almost called off. I had no intention of going to that, especially with my sore throat.
I'm surprised you went
Well, I
last
will
night.
lead up to how that all came to
But
be.
we were at the. I guess we can mention the club, right? I
I don't
mean,
see why not.
all right. Well, we were at the.
No other club are paying us, so we wouldn't be infringing on any other
True,
sponsorship. By the
true.
way, if you do want to sponsor the Waterman D-Train Show, simply send us an email to info@d-410.com. And if you want to tell us how bad we suck, send us an email to info@d-410.com. If you want to tell Dave you love him, send him an email because he really needs it at info@d-410.com. And anything else you want to tell us, send us an email at info@d-410.com. And we will take your phone calls later, but we will give the number out when we're ready to take your phone calls. But we got some catching up to do with Dave,
Yeah,
the Dickhead
brother.
Waterman.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks. You know, I appreciate all the insults and vulgarity that I get on a daily basis. Let me tell you, it just brings your spirits up and makes you really want to do good. You know.
Hey, man, you work for it, so, you know.
Oh,
we
yeah, I
gotta
work
give you
for
what
it.
you give. We work for it.
So, anyways, I ran into you last night at the old
Uh-huh.
Buddha for the Cinder release party, man.
Yeah.
Cinder record release party. Was that place not at full capacity? I mean, it was at full freaking capacity last night.
Yes, it was. It was
And
way packed, way hot, and it was all
that-
assholes and elbows mixed
Brother.
with cigarette smoke and vape juice. And yes, Chris Quentin via the Facebook Messenger, we know the lights are down low because it gets too goddamn hot in here with the overhead light on. Even
Yeah.
though it is, it's not an LED, but it's a hybrid ceiling fan that does not have removable light bulbs.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like it's almost like a permanent. What's those one light bulbs you can't touch because your skin gets on, your grease gets on them, they'll blow up.
Not an incandescent.
Yeah.
The
Halogen,
Halogen,
it's
halogen
like,
bulbs.
This thing like came out like mid LED transformation because
Right.
I took off the cover. I was gonna put some LED bulbs.
Yeah,
in, but
yeah,
there's these little like halogen squares because that thing does get hot, and obviously LEDs
yeah.
don't get hot. And so we have strategically placed the lamps to provide some lighting, and that's why we have the TV with the blank screen on to also provide some lighting. But we will work on that in the future. Thanks for pointing that out, Chris.
Yeah,
you dick.
appreciate it, Chris. So, anyways, yeah. So last night, you know, I got to the venue at about 5:30 yesterday, and of course, there's 15 of us there. Obviously, the guys from Cinder were there, getting their stuff together.
Electric Mud.
Yep, the Electric Mud.
Now, this is not an indictment on the fine guys, Electric Mud. They are a great band. But
yeah, they did a good
sometimes
job, man.
I wonder if we are getting to the point where we're running out of good band names, because Electric Mud is not one that I would say is a super awesome name. Not that I have a band name that's any better, but
I'm sure there's a meaning behind it. Maybe we can get one of the guys to give us a ring.
maybe sometimes somebody said they have a muddy sound or something. I don't know. I could be alone in this, but I was saying about that last time. Like, it's a great band. They have great
hell of a
original
damn
music.
good band.
The cover songs they do are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the name Electric Mud on a T-shirt, it sounds like a high school band. It still sounds very garage-ish.
Very. Okay, I can see that. I can see where you're going there.
Well, once again,
I
got a podcast called the Waterman D Train Show, so clearly we're not that great with coming up with better names either. So.
That sounds kind of
and don't get
corny,
me started
childish.
On my shitty-ass logo that everybody hates. So don't get me wrong, guys over at Electric Mud. I'm not any better. I'm just saying you guys, the quality of your music and your talent level.
They kicked ass, man.
Far succeed the quality of your
quality
name.
of the name. Well,
that's just my humble opinion. Once again, I'm a bit of a.
You're just a regular guy spitting out regular words, just voicing your opinion, brother. But it was so hot in there last night, man.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my
God! I'll tell you how hot it was, and I'll get to this later because this is something you told me I should have done and I didn't do, and I should have listened to you. But anyhow, I had to work on my truck yesterday in my buddy James's garage, and there'll be a video coming about that shortly. But with all the rain, it was so goddamn humid. When I got home, it looked like I just ran 12 miles.
Right.
And when I left the Buddha last night early, it was pretty damn similar to the condition in which I left James's garage yesterday because it was so damn hot.
Yeah, it was. There were so many people. I haven't seen the Buddhas that packed since the early mid-2000s, I think.
I would venture to say that there was more people there last night for the Cinder release party than there was when Chris Jericho's band Fozzy played there.
You know what? I would say you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I'm telling you, man.
And between his WWF career, WWE, and the popularity of his music, you would think hypothetically
it would be
that he would draw a bigger crowd than Cinder. But Cinder's not a small band either.
No, they're not small band either. They're local guys, local heroes, man. And man, what a hell of a job they did. But man, bro, just trying to move around in that place. Do you even get? I was watching people trying to get up to the bar to get a drink, and literally, I mean, they would just have to lay an elbow on the bar. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of squeeze in, and I think they were just a little I think they were a little overwhelmed.
I was going to ask you, because I don't want to offend the fine people at the Buddha, but I was going to ask you because I was there with about 8 people. And 4 to 5 of them have made their careers in their early 20s as bartenders,
right?
Or as DJs, or as people in the bar industry. And 2 of them said to me, "Is why do they only have 2 bartenders?"
Yeah,
they had 2 at the main bar and 2 at the secondary bar. They could have definitely used at least 2 more.
When I got there, I think they said somebody had called in or something, man, and. They still did a fine job. They did an excellent job of keeping drinks in everybody's hands, man.
But when you have that many people there, and those bars aren't small, that is a long bar.
That is, that is true.
So when you have 2 people trying to manage that many people, because it's not like there's lines. Everybody's just ponied up second row behind the people sitting, just trying to get in where they fit in, and saying, "Hey, give me a beer." But when you came up and saw me, I had already been standing there for probably close to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there were so many people, man. When I was like, there's D-Train, man. Check him out. What's up, man?
Well, the funny thing is, we're all standing outside, and you walked by, and I yelled your name, but you're so tuned into what you're doing, you walked right past.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't see you.
We were standing right on the corner of the left hand of the building, so if you would have looked left before you walked in the door, you would have saw you.
Man, buddy, I was zeroed in, focused on what I had to get done, last night, man. But, wow, bro, I had to go out to the van and take a sit for a minute or two because, literally, it was standing room only.
Yeah.
I mean, wall to wall people, and I was like, this is insane. And then when they had to start turning away people at the door, I was like, wow.
And you're welcome, 6 people who came in when me and my party left, because I really didn't have any intention on going. And then Friday night when I was out running, Mohawk Dave sent me a text. Said, hey, why don't you guys come out to the Cinder release party? Because he's a huge Cinder fan.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'll see what's going on. Carrie blew out her knee running, so she won't be able to go. But my knee is getting better, and so possibly I can go. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
And then I was feeling like ass yesterday. I was laying around, my throat was hurting. And then out of nowhere, my daughter texts me, "Hey, I'm off of work. Do you want to go out and have some beers?"
That's got to be weird. Your daughter asking if you want to go out and have some beers, bro.
I was like, "Well, tell you what, I'm supposed to go to the Buddha.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Well, me, Dave, Nick, and a couple other people are supposed to go to the Buddha. So why don't you just come out with us and we'll all just go to the Buddha together?" And so she met me over here, and we all went. And we showed up. And we watched Electric Mud, but it was so hot. Like Mohawk Dave, his wife, Nick, Matt, their significant others, they all said, "Hey, we're taking off."
They just got to,
and they're all Cinder fans. And it just, we were down there.
So you guys didn't even stay. You just stayed for Electric Mud. Did you even watch their whole set? Or
yeah.
Okay,
as soon as
you
they're
did.
done, they started doing the change down. But it was so crowded, and I was down on the main floor, back by the second bar, parallel with the sound booth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pool table behind me. And there's these 4 cats who decided that it was imperative that they play for table.
Oh, boy.
In a crowded ass house, which meant we were constantly shuffling around, making space for them to make their shots.
Right.
And it's not like this was a pool tournament or these guys were great pool players, because they were sharing the same house stick. Now, I guess you could say this was genius on their part, because it probably only cost them $10 an hour to have all the room in the world to walk around.
Right, yeah, they had space.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with the rest of us unwashed masses. But, we're all standing like, really? This place is
that's
packed.
the photo you posted up on his. Okay.
This place is packed, and you guys demand that you still be able to play pool? And the funny thing is, there's one guy, he's actually standing behind me in that photo.
Yeah.
The photo's blurry. He looks like Steve Irwin.
I didn't know. I got to look at it. I got to look at it closer.
He looks like Steve Irwin. It's hilarious.
Yeah, you have to pull that up, and I'll have to look at that closer.
And for your reference, Gordon, and this will help the people who watch in Columbus but nowhere else, the Buddha is basically the same size as Al Rosa Villa, where Dimebag Darrell was shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine being stuck in that place, shoulder to shoulder.
F that.
Packed full with an air conditioner that's struggling when it's already it's been raining all day, so it's already humid outside. And it's just
one of those days. It was hot, sticky, just I don't know, man.
And so I bounced. I left.
So you burned out of there.
My second shower for the day.
Oh, you came home and took a shower. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Yeah, it was a long night, but I'll tell you what, man, what a hell of a show, dude. I'm so stoked for those guys. And I wish them nothing but the best in their future endeavors, man. And, once again, hell of a show. And that's what I'm kind of getting at here is me and you, we've done big, giant shows.
Uh-huh.
We've done small shows. I mean, we've done Fort Rock where there's,
17,000 people.
20,000, 30,000 people.
Not that many.
You don't
the
think?
most they had was 17,000.
Okay, so let's just round it out to 20. Let's just say 20,000 people, right?
That's why they left the area. They went across the coast to a place that promised them more ability to pack more people in.
Yeah,
but
it didn't happen.
They oversold themselves. They didn't realize that the capacity that they met while being at Fenway South was about as many rock fans that were interested in coming. And so they started I think, they only last 1 or 2 years outside. Past us.
1 year. 1 year.
They went out and they overextended themselves.
Yeah.
They blew their wad, and then they canceled it after that year because they paid more for the facility than they were able to sell tickets for.
Yeah.
And that when you have a multi-day show out of town,
and then they turned it into 3 days. Yeah.
You got a 3-day show, but you don't offer any on-premise camping.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So you got all the out-of-towners trying to book hotels and whatnot.
Then they got to decide, okay, well, I can't afford a hotel plus $100 a day, so which day do I want to go to?
Food, drink, yep.
So then instead of having, 2 packed, sold-out days, you only have, your numbers dwindle because people have to decide what bands they want to see the most because they can't afford the tickets plus hotel rooms, and they don't want to risk sleeping in their
3
cars.
days. You're looking at a 3-4 day, a day to recover after being outside. But I'm gonna be, you know what? I felt physically cooler at those shows than I did.
To be fair to us, we were backstage.
Yeah,
in the tent.
true.
We weren't out in the crowd the whole day.
True,
I've seen enough people at those shows dying of heat stroke that people were finding the slightest. There's a photo. It's a great photo of a soccer match in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it's not sold out, but everybody in the bleachers, they're all lined up diagonally, because they're all sitting in the shade from the
Right.
overhead light.
Yeah.
He said the bleachers are empty except for a line going up
Line
because they're
going.
trying to find the slightest bit of shade, and that's the way Fort Rock was. I'd
Yeah.
see people like trying to crouch down underneath a Jack Daniels sign that provided
Oh
shade.
yeah, man.
And so it was just nuts.
And then I got to thinking about
What's up,
that.
Paul Harper?
What's up? And then I got to thinking about some of those bands at Fort Rock that would, put on all their garments and scarves and their attire, and then that sun is just jamming right onto the stage, bro. And I'm going, it is so freaking hot. These guys gotta be just freaking melting.
Well, the name of the band slipped me now, but I think it was at the last one. It was the band that they were Starset. They're a Columbus band. They're out of Columbus, Ohio, and they were up there with full-on. Now they weren't NASA quality spacesuits.
Right.
They were neoprene with helmets.
Yeah.
And glowing lights and all that. So these guys are out there in a hot Florida sun with like neoprene spacesuits.
God. Well, yeah, and I was looking at like the band Avatar, those guys, and what they wear.
Yep.
And I remember just looking at Dave Mustaine when we were talking backstage with him from Megadeth. Man, he wasn't looking forward to it, man. They cut their set quick that year.
Here you go, Gordon. Here's what you do not do as a radio personality. You ready for this?
Go for it.
At the time, the person who was running the station thought it was a great idea to put this stupid chick on at night. Right?
Yes.
And he was putting he was putting all his faith into this young lady that she was going to bring in great ratings at night. And it was her time of the day, because how they do this, because it's so hot, certain personalities take certain times of the day. It's their responsibility to interview the guest that they can get at that time of the day.
Right.
Now, this chick, I'm not going to say her name, but she fancies herself a rock chick, right?
Yes, she does.
And she's probably in her late 20s, early 30s. And she had the prestigious opportunity to interview Megadeth.
Yeah, man. Dave and Dave.
Now, she's on a 100,000 watt rock and roll station. There's not a whole hell of a lot of 100,000 watt antennas left in this country.
Mm-mm.
And she has her opportunity to interview Megadeth. And they come and they sit down, and she starts off her interview. She looks at Dave Mustaine and says, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. Who are you?"
Exactly. How do you think that went, bro?
She done her homework.
No.
Not one
but
bit.
But one would argue that if you work at a rock station, you shouldn't have to. Okay, if you're interviewing Starset, if you're interviewing Dinosaur Pile Up, if you're interviewing a handful of these new bands that's been around for 3 years,
yep.
Yes, that is an acceptable faux pas.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're interviewing
legends,
a guy who was original member of Metallica,
exactly,
and then went on to be one of the top
thrash metal. In Jim.
I mean, you have Metallica, Megadeth,
Anthrax,
Slayer.
Yeah.
Those are like the holy. Obviously, there's four. It's not a trinity, but the holy four.
Yeah, you would say the big four, as they call it.
And you look at Dave Mustaine and say, "And who are you?"
And who are you?
And then one could argue that maybe if you said that to the drummer or the bass player,
right?
Not goddamn Dave Mustaine.
Right, and then David Ellefson,
recognizable dude too.
What's that?
I said he's a fairly recognizable dude.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That guy is I mean, you couldn't mistake that guy.
How many heavy metal gingers are there?
Nah, I don't think there's very many heavy metal gingers out there, brother. But
heavy metal
do you remember? Do you remember what
the guy in the storm with the flag?
Do you recall what he had said to her? Do you know?
He said something along the lines of,
because
Dave effing Mustaine.
That's right. Yeah, pretty much, didn't he? Because he cut it quick. He cut that interview real quick.
Well, the program director jumped in quickly and pulled the tip of that plane
and leveled it out. Okay, good deal. Because I would love to have, I talked to him and took a picture with him and stuff like that, and that was rad. I think you were there too.
That was probably the funniest thing I had ever seen in my short 5.5 years working radio.
Yeah, who are you? I'm Dave effing Mustaine, Megadeth.
And this is a rock station, is that correct?
Oh, bro. But rock shows.
While we're talking about rock bands, you weren't here last week.
No, what do you got?
And I was playing clips of Old Town Road and this Bronco, Billy Brown, whatever.
Okay.
These are two quote-unquote country hip-hop.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not played on country stations. They're played on your teeny bop top 40 stations.
Okay.
And they're by no means country hip-hop. And that was my whole point: is people who aren't familiar with country hip hop, because as you know, I listen to the underground
Yes,
guys.
you do.
That people are going to mistake them for being quality country hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
The funniest part ever, we did that show on Sunday. Apparently, Blanco Billy Brown, whatever the fuck his name is, was here in town doing a show because I'm seeing all these.
No.
Gabby and a few other X-rated people are like posting photos with him and shit.
No.
So the night the guy's in town is just the night I happen to be talking shit about him on
Oh,
Facebook,
bro.
on my podcast on Facebook Live. I just thought that
Oh.
was fantastic. Not that he heard it, but
Yeah, you
I
never
just
know.
think-
People
I just
catch
think
wind
that
of
was
stuff, man.
Kismet that the night that I decided to talk shit about them was the night
This
he was
guy.
in town putting on a show.
Here he is in town doing a rock show, bro.
But the reason I was saying that I had to work on my car, and it's something you suggested to do, is as many of you know who follow my YouTube channel or my Instagram or my Facebook, I had to, unfortunately, for the first time in my life, replace a brake caliper on my Tacoma.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned a lot of shitty cars in my life. Possibly some of them needed a caliper replacement that I'd never done. But we were changing oil. My mechanic gave my wheel a spin, and it wouldn't spin.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty
And
gnarly.
so we replaced it. And I'm not a rich guy by any means. And he ordered me a remanufactured brake drum.
Mm-hmm.
No, not brake drum, but
caliper.
brake caliper. Well, because of all the rain and humidity we're getting, within 3 days, I guess I should have sent this so we could put it up on the TV there for everybody to see. But I'll show you, and I'll post it along with this podcast tonight. I was walking out of my car, and out of my peripheral, this big sore thumb hit me in the face.
Oh, let me see that here.
The caliper was already getting surface rust.
Ooh.
And now I have a blacked out truck, and you got this big copper brake
That is,
caliper
yeah, bro.
just winking at you.
Oh, that's definitely winking at you.
And so
Going, hey, look at me.
I sent that to my mechanic. I'm like, what do we do about this? And he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, what tends to happen is that when they remanufacture those, and once he said this, I remember seeing a video somewhere, and I point this out in a video that I shot that I haven't edited yet. A lot of these places who remanufacture these stuff, these aren't giant warehouses.
No.
A lot of times they're like a mom and pop.
Just little small machine shops, man.
Small machine shops, and so they rebuild these, but they don't have the equipment, or in order to keep costs down to make it more affordable to you, they don't reapply the rust proofing chemical to it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the ability to, or they just don't.
They
don't give a shit.
Knock the price off. That's why you get them so cheap.
And so, basically, I took it over to James's house. We threw it up on his jack stands. We taped off my truck. We got out a wire brush, and we brushed down both of them. We painted them black. Which
you did.
You suggesting, hey, you should paint those.
I said you ought to paint those calipers, bro.
So we ended up painting them black yesterday, and that's why, like I was saying, when I came home, I was just drenched in sweat from working on his garage. And,
any special kind of paint you use for that, like a header paint, something for
That's a good question, Gordon. Thanks for pointing that out. Yes, I went over to the Advanced Auto Store, and they were sold out of black caliper paint.
Yeah, they got caliper paint.
But the caliper paint says rated for 600 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's do some simple math. I get to looking around, and as Gordon suggested, I found some exhaust manifold paint that's rated for between 1,300 to 2,000 degrees.
Hell yeah.
Which is clearly higher than 600
degrees.
And they had it in flat black, so I just painted them flat black.
Sweet.
And we were joking around, and I almost put this in the video we were shooting. And I was going to say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, now this is the part where you get out your white paint and you very carefully paint willow wood on here.
Yeah,
As
dude.
if you're putting your six piston brake caliper on your 4-cylinder Toyota Tacoma.
Badass calipers, man, on your 4-cylinder Toyota. Yeah, dude.
Brembo.
Yeah, you got Brembo brakes on there.
It's funny you mentioned that because he said there was a company who was making aftermarket brake caliper caps that said Brembo on them.
Oh, you could cap right over the no.
But they were like using some cheap semi-high temperature plastic, but they weren't high enough, so they were melting
last,
off.
Yeah.
And then obviously they ended up getting sued for copyright infringement. But yeah, apparently for a while you could get yourself some fake Brembo.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad you ended up painting the calipers, man. You just went straight up black. So your truck is
black.
Flat murdered out black,
yeah, I'm
man.
thinking about they sell this shrink.
You can't get any more black than your truck is, bro. I mean, everything is just black. I love it, man. It's
in one of the
badass.
hottest and sunniest places on earth.
Very true, Gordon. Very true, man.
Yep. Well, and check out Facebook Live, dude. Does YouTube look like that?
What?
I just refreshed it. Facebook is breaking down, and it's not our software because here's our feed right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It went away though.
It's
What's
breaking
going
down.
on?
I don't know. But anyhow, you're on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube looks
Yeah.
like
Let's.
that. But anyhow, so yeah, I ended up painted that black, and so it's
Weird.
flat black. And I was thinking about they sell this tail light tint
Mm-hmm.
that you put on, and then you use like a heat gun to form fit. I was thinking about doing my tail lights because I didn't want to paint them because I've seen people paint them, and then with the sun and the heat, they actually get to where they're. I think you got to go live on the corner, but I've actually seen the plastic bubble up from where it gets too damn hot.
Only needed a little bit of jazzing up, but even though it's all black.
This episode of the Waterman D-Train Show is brought to you by our friends at Act Computers. Act Computers has been providing IT support for all of Southwest Florida since 2004.
Bro, we're straight up clear on YouTube.
Well, that's because I relaunched it. And thanks for stepping on our ad.
I'm sorry.
They've been providing computer support and IT solutions for all of Southwest Florida since 2004. So if you need them for any of your computer needs, give them a call, 239-283-1120, or go to act-capecoral.com. They do everything from two-form authentication, antivirus, providing online backup, server rollouts, network expansion, wireless network, footprint expansion, TVs, cameras, the whole 9 yards. Act-capecoral.com. Give them a call at 239-283-1120. And as you know, even if you don't live in Southwest Florida, they can help you via remote support from their website. 239-283-1120. And we have been getting some Waterman and D-Train Show fans coming back and supporting the show.
Beautiful, man.
And I don't have it with me, but I got me a new sleeves headband.
Yeah.
And they don't have the Florida State flag, but they got the Commonwealth of Kentucky flag.
So you got
Fantastic.
Go ahead, Gordon.
Fantastic.
And so I've been flossing that, and I actually posted a picture on Instagram with the promo code of D41040, and someone used it like within 10 minutes of me posting that photo. I got a commission email. So go to sleeves.com for all your activewear, especially now that school year is starting up, and if your high school or middle schoolers are playing football, they have a ton of football equipment on there. Whether it's spats, sunscreens for the mask, all that stuff. Sleeves.com, SLEEFS.com. Promo code D41040 will save you 40% on the entire shopping cart, not just the one item.
D-Train.
Uh-huh.
You're a fan of firearms and weapons, aren't you, my friend? Do we have any volume here on this computer that we can pot up just a small clip? Or
yeah, go ahead. Just hit play. We'll see what happens.
All right, I mean, it's just a little bit. I'm going to fast forward through it a little bit, so we're not. Let's get through. Oh, yeah, don't give me a second.
See, with this new board, thanks to our friends at Patreon, our patrons on Patrons. Mute that real quick.
All right, hang on.
Because of you guys at Patreon and those of you who have signed up for our multiple tiers, we do have a new mixing board that actually has slides on it instead of just turny pots. And we also have more channels, and so now I can pipe Dave's computer in, and we can go live as we do this.
Yeah.
So go to d-410.com, click on the Unbalanced Patreon link on the right-hand side, and join our tier. Look, I don't even care if you just join the $1 a month tier. That's great. If all 484 of you just sign up for $1 a month, we'd be swimming in golden rivers. Gordon asked me, he said, hey, D-Train, when can we change the OG5 to the OG500?
Yeah, huh?
I said, when we get the 500 likes on our Facebook, friend.
Yeah, we got to.
So share us. Let us get the 500 so we can change the OG5. All 5 of you who've been with us since day one to the OG500. Go ahead, Dave.
All right, brother. So there's this guy. I'm a big fan of the YouTube. I don't have a television, so a lot of the stuff I do consume comes through the interweb, as we like to say. So there's this guy that I just happened to come across. He's new to the YouTube channel stuff, and he goes by the name of Gun Drummer. And he's doing these he's taking songs popular, let's say Slipknot, Pantera, and more to come, but he's taking the songs and replacing the drum beats with AR-15s. So there's just a little clip here. I want to kind of give you a little taste of what this dude's doing. I think it's pretty rad, man, because it's just, and this is Psychosocial. This is a Slipknot gun cover. So are we gonna fire it off, or are we good? All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
Now the only problem with
Now-
that being as cool as it is, the only problem with it is
It's-
he should have went in and removed the guitar track that he was replacing with the rifle,
Right.
so you can hear it.
He's getting started, so
Yeah.
I've got a feeling he's going to, obviously, go ahead. I got a feeling he's going to be, revising and.
Is there another one on there?
Yeah, I can see. I got some more here. Let's see what else he's got here. He's got. Hold on, let me back up here. Give me a second. Here, but he's doing these things, man, and let's see. We've got. Okay, here we go. Here's his. This is the latest one he just did. This is his Pantera. Now he starts off by. He'll start hitting like a little snare drum. Let me fast forward to the guns, huh?
Yeah, because we.
Yeah, let's. Yeah.
If I play it too long,
Yep.
Facebook will mute our.
Yeah,
audio.
we don't need that. So here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, he's dual wielding
Yeah.
AR-15.
Dual wielding ARs,
Now,
I thought this was pretty funny, man. I said, this guy's.
I've seen these videos. They are kind of entertaining.
Yeah, they're entertaining, man. Well, this guy here he goes by Gun Drummer, man, and he's been doing these for only a couple of months now, and he's gonna be, he's like, hey, obviously he's gonna be posting up a lot more. But I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, check this dude out. He doesn't have a whole lot of subscribers yet or anything. He's
neither do I. I only have 174, and I need to get to 1,000 before they'll monetize my ass. So if you guys want to,
subscribe.
That'd be great.
Yeah, no doubt. So we can, really get some killer content going. But what do you think about that, man? Somebody taking.
I think it's creative. He's got a long way to go. Like I said, he needs
Yeah.
to figure out how to
maybe mix out some of the guitar or something. What do you think? I mean, just
yeah, because there's no, like I said, for those people watching at home or
wouldn't-
listening at home, they can barely hear the sound of the rifle over
True.
the drum beat of the music. So
I noticed that well.
I don't
as
know
well.
if he needs to figure out how to mute
Amplify-
that down,
or
if he needs to
amplify
figure
the
out how to
rifles.
get the tracking, he's got to do something where
Yeah.
he mutes it out because visually it's kind of funny, but it's a single camera shoot. He's just spraying
Yeah.
and praying.
Yep.
And you can barely hear the sound of the rifle because the music's up too loud. Maybe he just needs to drop the volume down on the music.
Yeah, right. Do a little bit of a lower mix. Obviously, let the guns be the entertainment factor a little bit more than they are as he's going by. But I thought it was pretty interesting. I was like, it just kind of popped up. Obviously watching metal videos and things. And I said, check this out, Gun Drummer. I was like, what the hell is this? And
Well,
then-
we never backed away from saying some semi-controversial shit. And you weren't here last week when I brought up the whole child pornography cell phone
jeez.
versus the, I made the example before you and I have about
Yeah.
when people try to blame these mass shootings on AR-15 owners, how I
Yeah.
happen to mention that most child pornography is filmed on smartphones, and just because you own a smartphone doesn't mean you're a pervert. Just
right.
like you own an AR-15.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not getting into that, but here's what I
Yeah.
think is funny. And we've mentioned this before. I am a fan of federalism.
Right.
And our country is based on federalism. And federalism is how the slowly but surely mass legalization of marijuana has become an option.
Mm-hmm.
Because the federal government says it's still a Schedule I narcotic, where
Right.
California, Colorado, Ohio, well, fuck you. We have this thing called federalism. Federalism says that the state can decide what laws they want to enforce. And they
yes.
can pass their own laws that supersede those of the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen people complain who claim to be conservatives, but they get upset about these sanctuary cities. Well, once again, you can't have it both ways. You can't say you support federalism, but get upset when California doesn't enforce their immigration laws. Now, this has nothing to do with my opinion on immigration, but once again, California has the right, as a state with their own laws, to decide whether or not they want to support the immigration laws, just like they have the ability to decide if they want to support marijuana laws.
Right.
Now, obviously, all the pot smokers don't have a problem with them not enforcing federal
enforcing
drug laws,
the drug
but
law.
some of those same people may be upset that they're sanctuary cities. In my
Right.
opinion, if you truly are for the Constitution and federalism, you can't have it both ways. It's either one or the other. But what I think it's funny is the same people who proudly use federalism when it comes to things that they believe in, such as allowing people to smoke marijuana and creating sanctuary cities, they are the same ones who think that if they are successful in getting a federal firearms law passed, that states like Florida, Texas, and some
Mm-hmm.
other ones aren't going to say, well, hey, we're not going to enforce that shit.
Right,
We're
right.
We're going to practice our federalist rights, and the federal government can say these firearms are legal, but we're not going to enforce it.
We're not going to
We're going
enforce
to do
it.
the same thing you did when it came to marijuana and
Right.
immigration, and it'd be interesting to see how their heads would fucking explode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once again, you can't pick and choose what you want to use federalism for. It's all or
Right.
nothing.
Yeah. 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 Dude, it's unbelievable, man, because what's happening right now, man, with the gun laws. I don't want to get into it too much because I try to steer
Well,
clear
there's nothing
of,
to get into. The
I
most
know.
illegal thing you can do is kill somebody.
You're damn right. If
So you think somebody's going to be concerned
I
about breaking 5 laws before they get to the most illegal shit you can do?
right.
They're not.
Yep.
And
I agree.
besides, crack
It's
has been illegal since Nixon.
yeah. Right.
Marijuana has been illegal since Nixon.
Yep.
Nixon,
DEA, man.
Nixon started the war on marijuana because he was concerned about the boys in Vietnam getting high and losing the
Yep.
war.
Started the DEA.
Are you trying to tell me since Vietnam no one's ever been able to get a single drug in this country?
You crazy, bro.
Exactly.
You
so
crazy.
anyhow.
You crazy. All right, man. Bro, what do you think about
I don't.
Seriously. You know, when I was over here earlier, I was like, you know what? It's nice out, man, and
It's fucking hot. What are you talking about?
it was hot. It was hot, but you know, the sun wasn't like raging down on us like it normally is, and literally, you know, you're just dying of the heat and the sweat, which gets me to the point of how in the hell did we even begin to populate this state in the first place? Is beyond me, man. Back in the old days, coming down here and trying to establish homesteading down here, man, or whatever. Come on.
I'm sure.
Add the mosquitoes to that.
Yeah, the
Well, that's what I'm going to
bugs.
say. I'm not a Florida historian, but I'm sure if Cowboy was listening tonight, he could tell us. But I'm sure the
I'd love to
population
know.
growth probably increased after 2 historical creations. 1, the advent of mosquito control,
True.
and 2, clearly the advent of central air.
It had to be, yeah, interstate, central area, ice, something,
but to
man.
kind of give you a glimpse into how horrible it was down here, why do you think Whitey took all the Native Americans that they captured and sent their asses to Florida? Because this was not a desirable place to fucking live.
Exactly.
They wanted
That is
the North
true.
Dakota territory. They wanted all the desirable places like Montana.
That is true.
And
You're
that's
right.
why they sent all the Native Americans down here, because
You're right.
they knew this shit sucked. There was no value to the land.
Geronimo they sent down here, didn't they?
A majority of them.
Oh,
That's
you know,
why
some of the
there's
famous
so
ones.
many Indian reservations down here. Is
Mhm.
because once we stole their, well, not we, but once their land
Yeah.
was stolen, and half their people were murdered, and the ones who actually finally signed the treaties were forced to move.
Forced to move,
sent
put on
them to
trains and
Florida
stuff.
because it sucks down here.
Yeah, man. I just could not imagine back in the old days of going, you know what? I'm gonna go down to Florida and get some land, and then you get down here, you're going, holy crap!
Well, I do know.
I mean, most of it was swamp, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, it was
Finding
all
dry
swamp.
land was a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that after the advent of central air, believe it or not, Florida was the first Hollywood.
Yeah. So with Jacksonville, and Jacksonville,
Edison had a huge
Florida, man.
part of that.
Yep.
They started sending people down here because of the weather, especially in the wintertime. You have
Mhm.
cool temperate weather, and much like California, there wasn't much rain.
Rain,
in the
yeah, during the
wintertime.
winter, yeah.
And so they did a lot of the shooting out here, but then finally somebody realized, hey, yes, it's a further way to travel before the advent of commercial air.
Mhm.
Because once again, East Coast rules. Even today, East Coast rules. For those of you who don't know, when you live in California
Mm-hmm.
and they're recording the Oscars live,
Yeah.
it's being recorded live for the East Coast.
For the East Coast.
So even in California, you have to wait. In Vegas, Gordon can tell you the same thing. You got to wait 3 hours to watch something that was actually recorded live in your own goddamn city because East Coast rules. And so with East Coast ruling, even back then, and the fact that there wasn't commercially available airplanes and it took you fucking 2 weeks to get across the country, it made more sense to do all your movie production in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacksonville, I remember, was, you know, with my dad being in the film business, that's kind of one of the main hubs that he started. Well, he started off all through Florida, but in Jacksonville was where a lot of the theater companies, General Cinema and AMC, a lot of the Paramount, Universal, everybody had offices there in Jacksonville, even in the late 60s and even into the 70s. Even though Hollywood was Hollywood, Jacksonville was still considered the East Coast hub a little, quite a bit of the entertainment business.
And then obviously once we got the railways hammered out, and interstate travel was easier. Then obviously after World War II,
Yeah,
even prior to World
after
War
the
II,
war, yeah,
even
man.
prior to World War II, California started picking up.
Oh, yeah.
And because Florida, yes, it was cool, but before the advent of central air, it was only 6 months of operation. It was just too hot, too rainy, and too shitty. So someone realized, hey, California is like Florida in the wintertime, but all year round, and it only rains once every 3 months, and so that's
if at all.
But then you get greedy people running California. The taxes got way too high, and so now everybody's recording in Georgia.
Yeah, you know what? Atlanta has gotten big time, bro.
Atlanta and Vancouver, Canada, are like the new Hollywood.
Is that Vancouver the other place?
What's that?
Tax credits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you know that Breaking Bad was supposed to be recorded in Riverside, California?
That I did not know.
But because the taxes were so high, they went to New Mexico because New Mexico gave them tax credits.
Wow.
And that's exactly why Atlanta, Georgia's blown up.
The Walking Dead, man.
Not only that, but a lot of movies. If you watch the Carbonara Effect, that's all done in Georgia. So much stuff is done in Georgia.
The new Bad Boys 3, Will Smith, what's his name? What the hell? I forget the other guy's name, man. The new Bad Boys movie is filmed in Atlanta.
Yep.
I saw some clips from that.
That and who's the African American comedian who did the mama character?
Big Mama's Got It All.
Medea's family, whatever.
He actually
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry, his production company, and he actually built sound stages in Atlanta. And he's part of the reason why things go up in Atlanta.
It's amazing, man.
No, Big Mama Got It All. That's Jay Ma.
Yeah.
But Jay Moore. I'm a big fan of Big Mama Got It All.
Jay Moore. Yeah, it's just amazing how big Atlanta has gotten as far as the film industry, television. They've got a lot of entertainment stuff going on there, man.
I saw the guy on the bike, and for those
you did?
I tried to get a picture of him, but he was too quick. And the time I saw him, I tried to get my phone disconnected,
juked
unlock
out of your
the
way.
Screen, activate the camera. He was off doing whatever it is he is doing with the stupid ass shirt, but he is still out and about.
Yeah, dude, we got to get a photo with this dude. If anybody catches him, you guys send us a picture. If anybody out there sees him, catch him, get a photo, send it to us. We're gonna try to get a photo too.
Yeah.
You want me or you?
I'm gonna track this guy down and ask him what's the deal with the shirt.
Yeah, what's the code, bro?
Are you holding?
Yeah, what's the code, bro? What are you holding on to, dude?
What's been going on in your neck of the world, Gordon?
Yeah, man.
You guys still under the grasshopper invasion?
Oh yeah.
The pests have continued even more today. Something happened. I'm going to have to get a air pistol because getting ready to go outside, open up sliding door, and I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. There was literally a rat walking around in my backyard. Actually, it was more hopping. I think it may be a native rat, a desert kangaroo rat, because it stood on its hind legs a lot and it did a lot of hopping.
Yeah, they got those hopping rats out there,
chasing him out of the yard, but it's ramping up, and it could have been the grasshoppers that brought this guy along because they will eat them.
Oh yeah, big time food source, bro.
Yeah,
it's been horrible all year. Starts with pigeons, rats, grasshoppers. I don't know what's next.
You guys are it's getting the damn holy invasion of animals, bro.
Yep, animals and bums. They're everywhere.
Animals and bums.
Well, at least you don't have to deal with the
moist.
I mean, it's so damn moist around here.
It is just
moist.
I mean, I can't.
To our dismay, right across the street from our house, they're building a gas station. And I'm like, oh, great. Because unfortunately, more homeless people will flock and hang out on those corners.
Dude, I don't know how many robberies are going to happen.
Speaking of robberies, we'll save it for the news, but there's been some crazy kids going on here in Cape Coral, Florida lately.
Yeah,
hey, we want to try something. We did it last week, but 2 weeks ago, the volume was very low. We changed it to a different cable. Give us a call if you're watching on Facebook Live, 239-256-5537. And if you're a downloader, you can also leave us a voicemail at that number, 239-256-5537. And while you're at it, if you want to, as we said before, send us an email at info@d-410.com.
It looks...
But yeah, for those you Yard of Beer Kenny's tuning in there, Dave.
Hey, Yard of Beer Kenny, man. What's up, bro?
Give us a call, 239-256-5537. Dave is in charge of answering the phone. We'll
it looks like we got 3 missed calls there, D-Train. Didn't ring.
Give us a call.
Hook it
Well, you
up.
weren't paying attention,
right.
and I had it potted down. So.
Oh, that might have been why.
Yeah, so
That
we'll
might have
pop
been
that
why.
up. So
Well,
we
I
hear the
got it.
phone
I
ring.
got it on point now.
Yeah, because I posted the phone number on the page a little bit ago.
All right, well, we're set and ready. So what else is going out there in Vegas, man? I mean, you guys are always got the big gambling scene. How's that new Raiders stadium coming, buddy?
Raiders Stadium has been topped off finally. They did have some kerfuffles along the way, but they got that all sorted out.
Yeah.
They should be getting ready to skin it, and it looks like a stadium now. I'll have to throw up some pictures this week. And we got a
Waterman and D-Train show. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Jay Bleezy.
Hey, what's going on,
What's
fella?
up, Bleezy?
Are you taking a shit? I'm
Hey,
getting a lot of echo off your phone.
Are we good now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great. What's
there
going
you
on,
go,
fella? It's been a
brother.
while. How you been?
No, it has been a while, man. That's why I wanted to check in because I am an OG5.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Did you listen
I had
to last week's episode when we were talking about how my interaction with the associate director at the TV shoot went?
No, I didn't, man.
Okay, well,
Wow.
I want to bring this up with Dave because Dave wasn't here. He came back. We were talking. Long story short, Dave, go back and listen to last
Yeah.
week. We spent 30 minutes. But the guy like me, he wants me have me
Right.
back for more episodes. But he did something in the past that many people have done, which is called me damn.
Ah.
And so we were talking about if I go back and continue to do these sort of things, should I take on the screen name of Preston Abernathy, which is my middle name? And
Right.
do you think that has a more official Hollywood sound to it than Don Abernathy? Because
I think
one, there's
so.
already Don Abernathy, he's a screenwriter, and two, Don and Dan is so easily screwed up. I was just wondering if Bleezy here had a suggestion. Should I go with Don, or should I stick with Don, or go with Preston?
Go with Preston, man. Go with Preston.
You know, I used
I
to
agree.
say
I agree with Bleezy, man. I think you need to go with Preston, man.
in high school, I used to joke around that you can't put Donald Preston Abernathy on a mailbox in front of a trailer. It's just too long.
Yeah, that's one hell of a
Go
long
with
name.
Preston. Hey, that's an awesome name. My brother's youngest son is named Preston, so I love that name. So if you're asking me, I'll tell you to go with that all day long.
Damn right, brother. Damn right. I would say the same thing, brother. I'd say go with Preston, man. Preston Abernathy.
Yeah, I like that.
You know,
Yeah.
that's good. Definitely got a good Hollywood feel to it to me,
It
man.
does.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Absolutely. That's awesome, D-Train. I hope you roll with that. I hope you advance and keep rolling with that.
Well, he
Take it
said
to
he
the
wanted to have me
top.
back. I know they're recording episode 2 sometime this month, but I don't think the role that I played will be needed in episode 2. But if they're
Maybe
doing
3
a
or
12,
4 or-
if they're doing a 12
Yeah.
episode or even an 8 episode, then I'm sure there'll be room for me to improve.
I
But
got
yeah,
a feeling
I
you-
think a screen name would probably be a good idea.
Preston Abernathy,
Yeah.
bro. I think
it.
yeah, man.
Gordon suggested D. Preston Abernathy, but I think that sounds a
No,
little bougie.
no. I like Preston
Yes.
Abernathy, man. I think you
I
should.
like it too.
I think you should go with that.
How do we sound on your end? Because how we used to do this before is I would just plug my phone into the board, and so the person on the other end sounded like he was on speakerphone. But can you hear us all right?
Dude, I can hear you perfect, man. It's like a
Let's-
normal
Right on.
phone call.
Let's do a
I
little
can hear
test
you
with
really
it.
good.
Can you hear this?
He's an asshole, sir.
Did that come through?
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Fantastic. So now
I
when
can
we have
hear
people
that.
on the phone, they can hear all
Asshole.
of our...
Major asshole.
All right.
And if you're a woman, you might get a little...
Moist,
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit
I can hear that.
moist,
outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is moist.
That's what Dave needs to play when he's dealing with Stan sometimes.
moist,
That or
He's
this.
an asshole, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that.
I knew it. I'm
I
surrounded
guess
by
you can
assholes.
put that on air.
Jeez.
Gunner's made first class Philip asshole.
First class. Philip asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Oh, man. So how's the, did you barbecue this weekend, buddy?
Barbecue? Nah, man.
Nah.
Hadn't barbecued. Well, I got a little grill. I've been cooking burgers
Yeah.
and pork chops, but nothing special, man. Same stuff.
You know what
same
I just
stuff,
added to my hamburger repertoire?
What'd you add?
The newly released Hawaiian King Roll hamburger buns.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
For a while, I was making sliders with the miniature ones,
Yeah.
and I like the mini ones because that's less carbs. But the problem with the miniature ones is they don't cut them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to find a sharp
Right.
knife and cut them yourself, and they get torn up. And then I like them for a slider, but last week I said, fuck it, I was gonna make full size burgers, and they make hot dog buns too, but I haven't tried those. But yeah, if you're making hamburgers, go with the Hawaiian King Roll hamburger buns. They are fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try those
Not
out.
just a
Do you-
potato
do
bun or
you-
something.
Try them out,
I
man.
mean, do you toast your buns?
Yes, I tried to.
Because I mean, I mean, seriously, I heard this tip on Real Talk Radio. Captain Rob, I always listen to that show in the morning,
Yeah.
on Saturday morning,
Yep.
and that guy Texas Tony calls in, who owns all the Pinchers and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like he was breaking down his burger recipe, and he was like, "You've got to toast the buns."
Yeah, man.
He said when the burgers are getting ready, you take your buns and throw them on the grill just for a couple of minutes
Mm-hmm.
and take them off. And ever since I heard that, I've been doing that, and it adds that little bit of extra crunch.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Just
a great tip.
make-
Well,
Makes them
that
damn
goes
burgers
back
all
to
that
Gordon
much
and I
better.
both work in Wendy's, and one of the tragedies, if you will, after Dave Thomas died, and Wendy's, they stopped toasting all their buns. They used to toast all of them. Now they only toast the big, huge Kaiser rolls.
Mhm.
But back in the day, when you would work the first drive-through window in between cars, you were back there toasting buns.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do, my mom, she got me two of them because I burned through the first one. I don't use a skillet too often.
Mm-hmm.
She got me this new one's probably, excuse me, 24 inches wide by maybe 18 inches deep. It's a flat top. It's a griddle.
Yeah.
And since I worked at
Yeah.
Wendy's, cooking hamburgers on griddle, what I do is when I make my sliders, I do like Wendy's does. I mean, not Wendy's, but White Castle's. But instead of putting the onions right on the griddle, I mix them in with the hamburger.
Okay.
I cook the hamburger, and then right before they're done, I put the king rolls on the flat top, and I toast them that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And so not only
there
are they
it
getting
is.
toasted,
Yep.
but it's getting a little bit of hamburger grease soaking into it as
Hell
well.
yeah.
Grease.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's another one.
Indeed.
Get some of that fat in there, man.
If you guys are, if you're a fan of quesadillas, but you don't want to spend a whole lot of time,
Hell yeah.
go to Publix,
Yeah.
get yourself one of those rotisserie chickens.
Okay.
Bring that son of a bitch home, cut it up.
Right.
Get out your flat top griddle, throw your tortilla on there, put
There
the
you
cheese
go.
on there, put
Yeah.
the rotisserie chicken folded over. That's a better tortilla than you'll get anywhere in town. It's
I'll be
Yeah, we've been
fantastic.
to
Oh, yeah.
Costco chickens forever. It is the way to go, though.
Yeah, yeah. Just get your rotisserie, man, and just peel that baby apart, man.
I also do the same thing like when I
Yeah.
make burritos. I'll roll the burrito and then I'll put it on the flat top
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and just kind of I'll put the tortillas on there before I make the burrito. But after I make the burrito, I'll kind of put where the fold is.
Yeah, yeah. Just kind
kinda-
of heat it a little
kinda
bit, let it seal itself.
Stamp it shut
yeah,
so it doesn't
let it seal
roll
itself a little
open.
bit. I get you, man.
But yeah, I mean, if you're a young cat, man, and you want to start cooking easy stuff, get yourself a flat top.
Yeah.
I find I cook my eggs
a
on
lot
it,
of fun, man.
especially
lot of
if you
good
never
eating.
learned how to cook a fried egg. It's so much easier to flip them on a flat top than it is. And obviously,
In a
if you
pan,
if you
man.
use a pan long enough, you can flip it with your wrist.
Versatile.
But and Gordon can tell you because
Yeah.
Gordon was an omelet cook at a ski resort for years, and
Yeah.
flat top's a way to go to make scrambled eggs and omelets too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. What else shaking, Bleezy, man?
That's awesome.
What else shaking, brother?
Huh?
Anything else going on, man?
Not much.
Yeah, how's your
Not
weekend?
much, man. Huh?
How's your weekend, brother?
All good, man. All good.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of winding down, getting ready
Yep.
for another work week.
You got any
Yeah.
kids?
Do I have a kid? Yeah, I have a 14-year-old son.
Yep.
How's the fucking school
14-year-old
shopping
son.
going, huh?
Yeah, right. Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
School starts tomorrow. All the back to school shopping's going on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
school
I
starts
took him-
tomorrow.
he's about to go to Estero High School, man. He's about to be a freshman.
Oh,
So
wow, bro.
we went there for Thursday night open house, and Saturday morning they had a little deal.
Right on, man.
He's
How,
excited.
how are the
man. We're
moms
excited.
looking this year, man?
Huh?
And how the moms looking at the high school this year, man? You know, the mothers.
Bruh, I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah?
They were looking pretty tight.
Yeah,
you
some
know?
good looking moms.
Dude, that's
huh?
one thing I noticed last night. I don't know if you noticed it. It was like fake boobs on parade last night at the Buddha.
Oh, yeah, bro.
was-
yeah.
There's like all these 40 and 50-year-old chicks out there. I
Yeah.
saw like, and they all have like these super low cut, like black fitted shirts on. It was fake boobs on parade
It was.
last night.
That is true. You know what? I meant to say something about that. You're right. It
That's how I
was.
like it.
Yeah, yeah, man. Me and DJ were out at the
Buddha.
Buddha last night for the Cinder release party, man. And it
Yeah.
was jamming,
No,
bro.
I heard that earlier.
Yeah, a lot of ladies out there, but
You know, I've said this in the past, and I'll remind everybody again because you're going to be reminded of it tomorrow morning. Everybody gives the snowbirds a bad rap when it comes to traffic down here.
yeah.
To me, it's the school. You'll
Oh,
notice it.
hell
You'll notice
yeah.
it tomorrow morning, and I blame it on school choice because of the fact
Yeah.
that your kid can go to any fucking school that they have room to get him in. You got so many moms and single dads
Right.
driving their kids across town over the bridge. 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic is going to
Yeah.
suck starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
You
man.
think snowbird traffic is
Yeah.
bad?
Sure.
School traffic
It's
is
gonna get
worse.
gnarly, man.
It's going to be horrible.
Yep. And then add the snowbirds on top of that when that's dude, not looking forward to it.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for
Bleezy,
your
man.
continued support.
OG5,
Damn right,
and,
brother.
Hey, share our page so we can get up to 500, and we'll make some OG 500 shirts. And thanks for all your support, man.
Right.
Absolutely, brother.
Take it easy. Thank you.
So.
All right.
Nice.
There we go. If you guys want to give us a call 239-256-5537. Here momentarily, we're going to get into news with Gordon and from the news desk. And I don't know if we mentioned it before. We hit the sleeves up. We hit up the Act computers. We briefly talked about Patreon. But one more thing. Go to d-410.com. Click on the Amazon link. Save it to your page or your home page or your toolbar. And whenever you shop, it won't cost you. But they will give us from every one of your purchases, and that will go to help support the show. So they will not charge you anything. It won't cost you an extra. And I had to get that in there because I've been talking for like the last 4 episodes. I kept forgetting to cut that clip. And so I cut that clip tonight. That's our friends. You want to talk about country, hip-hop, original. That's the Nappy Roots.
Hit that again, man.
That's Nappy Roots from Kentucky all the way back to 2000.
Come on.
But anyhow,
go
to Amazon.com, save it to your favorites, save it to your desktop. I still haven't found a way to apply it to an app. I don't think they'll let you do it with an app because hypothetically, if you already have the app on your phone, you don't need someone telling you to go there. But anyhow, go to d-410.com, save on the Amazon app, and it link to your Facebook, to your toolbar, your desktop. Click on it, and it won't cost you extra. But they will send us some change, and I have to get that account. They will not pay me until it gets to $100, and I'm not there yet, people. So I need your help to get that up to $100 before. I have like a quarter of that sitting in there, but they won't let me touch that. And Dave thinks I'm getting rich off all this stuff.
I don't, dude.
But between Amazon and Sleeves, both of them require me to get to $100 before they'll send me anything, and neither one of them are there. And so even though you guys have been supporting us and we have been seeing the stuff, I haven't been touching the stuff because I can't get to it until it gets up to $100.
Dude, you got to hit that again, man. Love it. That is rad, bro.
But
who is that?
I just said Nappy Roots.
Okay, just took me a second. Oh, why you gotta hit that, bruh? Is this time for news, man?
It's a risk, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Feeling like I'm living stuck in the basement. I'm just trying to get higher.
Damn
higher placement. Like it's hard, but I'll make it.
You guys recorded on a cell phone, man.
Wait a long time.
Cheap ass damn beats.
I've just got to get off.
I lost all my raps too, man.
You ready, Gordon?
Let's do it.
Yeah, bruh.
Here he is, tuned in live from the WD410 news desk in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here he is, the official news anchorman for the Waterman D-Train show, Gordon Abernathy. Gordon, how are you doing tonight?
All right.
I am doing fantabulous. All right. Everybody here has to be a fan of the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get busy living or get busy dying, mother.
So Mansfield, Ohio is going to be having some cast members from the Shawshank Redemption movie.
What movie was that?
What?
Shawshank Redemption.
Here's a little fun fact for you guys. Not only is Mansfield, Ohio, the home of the prison where they shot the movie Shawshank Redemption, but that is one of the homes of one of the ski resorts that yours truly and Gordon learned how to snowboard at.
All right.
Good old Mount Mansfield. So on August the 16th through the 18th, a celebration of the film short will almost entirely filmed in and around northern Ohio city of Mansfield will feature the various events, including panel discussions with crew and cast members. So if you're hanging around in Ohio, say even if you're in C-Bus, head on up there. You can hang out with the people, watch the panel, maybe even meet and shake hands.
Yep.
I think Godsmack filmed one of their videos there. I think back when I lived in Ohio, I think it was Godsmack band. May have been another rock band. I do remember when I lived in Columbus, they were doing a music video shoot there, and they were looking for extras, but I didn't get out there.
Yep, you can look around, then you can go, the world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
Yep.
Yeah, the prison it was filmed in was the Ohio State Reformatory.
Wow.
So, that just sounds ominous, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like those institutions.
I don't want to be in any prison. They all sound ominous.
They're not cool,
ominous
man.
to me. The Franklin County Workhouse is bad enough.
Dude, just doing detention in high school, bro. That set me up just good enough for the future of what I knew I was gonna run into. Damn.
Hold on to your seats because with congressional blessing, Space Force is closer to launch.
Oh yeah.
Yes, as we know, it all kind of started out as a joke, and it was, and President Trump was kind of a butt of a joke for calling it Space Force. But you know, it, last year, President Trump riffed off an idea he called Space Force before a crowd of Marines in San Diego. It drew the laughs, but the moment was a breakthrough for a plan that had languished for nearly 20 years. I said maybe we need a Space Force. We'll need a new force. We'll call it Space Force, according to Donald Trump at the Marine Corps Air Station in Miramar on March 18th. It was, and I was not really serious, according to him. But what a great idea we'd have to do it. Well, now under a new name, and with Congress's support, dear God, I can't read today. Space Force is closer to becoming a new military reality, which would be the first new military service in more than 70 years.
Wow.
So, some of the issues that kind of needs to get us to push this along is in January of 2001.
Yeah, how the hell do we get us? First, we got to get this shit up there.
We're behind Russia and China.
Well, I was gonna say, hey Russia, we need to rent some space on your shuttles because we don't have a program right now. So if we can get some of our Marines to, that'd be a tight squeeze on the International Space Station. They have like room for what, 8?
Yeah, I think that's a max.
So step 1, we need a new shuttle. Step 2, we need a place to put them.
Yeah, that's a max, man.
I do know K-Bar has stepped up and they have designed the official battle knife for the Space Force, which was nice of them.
Oh yeah.
They
got a battle knife for space.
Yeah, I was just trying to find it. There's actually a official knife that was designed, and it looked like a K-Bar for the NASA missions back in the day. I saw a picture of it a while back. It's pretty insane to think that they need a combat knife in space, but apparently they did.
You never know, man.
I think this modern inclination or version of Space Force is more like the old Star Wars programs, being able to launch missiles to take down satellites or have some satellites in space to help deal with that.
Take down nukes and everything, yeah.
You got it. But yep, it sounds like it's one step closer, so I'm sure we'll see some more interesting posts on social media.
Well, they've, the Air Force already has that X-37B shuttle that can stay up there for like a couple of years at a time. You guys seen that?
No.
It's
it's unmanned, correct?
Yeah, it's the miniature. It's like a drone, miniature version of the space shuttle, and that thing does some pretty, obviously classified missions, but I think we got some stuff going on we definitely don't know about.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole purpose of Area 51, not to get into that fucked out topic.
Yeah, that's a whole nother zoo, man.
That place was to
but yeah, you look at it. It's called the X-37B, man. It's pretty wild looking, man.
To test out the latest technologies.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. It'll be interesting to see, another armed forces, Space Force, man. What a trip. What a trip. We're getting into that point now.
Exactly. And then moving on to some Las Vegas news.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going on with the theme lately, but and names will not be named because this person's name may just be called Shitheel throughout this whole story. Please. But a former Arborview High School student and more neighbors are reacting to disturbing allegations from the FBI. Had the plans to attack several places gone through. So there's this 23-year-old up in northwestern part of Las Vegas. As of 3 years ago, he'd go on daily patrol. See, we have a open carry policy in this state, but it's not for long guns.
I've seen this guy.
So this guy has been.
Those guys are dickheads. You see them all over YouTube. Hey, well, let's practice our constitutional rights to walk through downtown.
Right, with
AR-15s
a rifle.
and AK-47s. No, you're just inciting panic, dildo.
But it's a pistol. It's got a brace on it. No,
yeah. Did you hear that the last? I think was it the Dayton shooting? He used an AR pistol.
Yes.
Yeah. So that shit's gonna be coming. And I'm sorry. Look, I'm an AR-15 supporter. I've shot an AR pistol. They're not comfortable. They're not accurate. It's a loophole intentionally. Put a fucking butt stock on it. Move on in your life.
All right.
Exactly. So this kid who's 23.
And they're loud as shit because the barrels are so goddamn short.
Has actually been arrested.
Oh.
Good for him. Fuck him.
Yeah, he's got some serious charges going in against him. One of them is that he was not too surprised to learn that Shitheel was charged with one count of possession of an unregistered firearm, namely the component parts of a destructive device.
He's probably one of these assholes who's almost what's that term? Solvent citizen or whatever shit. That
Well, what's worse is when he was in high school, this kid was often heard that he could boast about his ability to build homemade bombs.
What an idiot, man.
Yeah.
So this is one that may have slipped through the cracks a little that we
Yep,
really got to
sounds
tighten
like
up
it.
on, right?
Yep.
And he has been known for going around saying that he could do this stuff and that he knew how to do it. And he
I
was
got the
making
anarchist
some
cookbook.
really
I can
I used to know
Yep.
back in 90.
I got the anarchist cookbook. I can do anything.
94, I knew somebody who,
Yeah.
ironically, now he's a cop, but he did have a copy of the anarchist
Yep.
cookbook.
I've
back
had a
in the day.
copy of it. I don't know whatever happened to it.
But no, this guy's a dildo. He's a shit heel, like you said. Fucktards like this make me angry because every time a story like this breaks, thank God this dickhead didn't shoot anybody, but
Yeah.
he's intentionally walking around, fucking swinging his dick around, and
causing panic, man.
And it makes it harder, especially in times like these where people are looking for ammo, no pun intended, to outlaw guns. And you
Yeah.
get this fucking dildo walking around with his rifle for no intent. Not like he's going to the gun range or coming home.
Yeah.
He's just walking around his neighborhood, fucking
Because he
inciting a panic.
says he can.
And it makes it harder for people like us who are responsible firearm owners to own firearms and not be ridiculed.
And especially
So
since
fuck
when
that
he
kid. I'm glad he went to jail.
Yeah.
in high school, this is the kind of red flag we need, right? Hey, if this is the kind of shit that's discussed, and if it does get documented, and this and that, yeah, I get it. There is hey, once they're 18, everything they did as a minor gets sealed. This kind of shit, I think, should stay open.
Yeah.
You know, and be checked against. But yeah, it's insane. This is the second asshole this last week that's had this kind of shit go on.
Speaking of assholes, on the local beat, Cape Coral, Florida, 2 teens have been arrested with the connection of multiple robberies in Cape Coral, Florida. The Cape Coral Police Department investigated 2 robberies Friday around 5:45 a.m. One occurred in the parking lot of Achieva Bank, located on 1631 Del Prado Boulevard South, not too far from that computer shop.
Oh, beautiful.
While the other happened at the 7-Eleven located at 825 Del Prado Boulevard South, which is also not too far from our shop.
Oh, I've been to that location.
Suspects were seen driving in a black Cadillac, according to the Cape Coral Police Department. Detectives figured out that another robbery at the Mobile in North Fort Myers, which is also close to my house, was connected due to the matching description of the suspects. The suspects' cars were discovered behind the Motel 6 in North Fort Myers, hidden in the enclosement for the dumpsters. You know how they have the little gates?
Oh, yeah.
No, those gates aren't tall enough to hide a Cadillac.
Hell
clearly. No. Morley County Sheriff's Officers units responded to the Motel 6 located at 3350. It's a no-tell motel.
Oh, I know where that's located.
Marina Town Lane.
Oh, yeah.
And the detectives saw that a male quickly closed the curtain in room 426 after seeing law enforcement swarming outside, according to the Cape Coral Police. For those of you on the lam who are held up in no-tell motels, it's a bit of a sign when you quickly close the curtains, because as most law enforcement will tell you, innocent people are curious.
Absolutely.
So when the police show up, innocent people tend to stand in their doors, peer out the window to see what the fuck is going on. So when
you hunkering down ain't helping.
When they see that blind quickly shut or the door quickly slam and hear the door's locked, it's what they call a tell.
Yeah. Oh, crap. It's cops.
2 suspects were found hiding in the motel's attic. Who knew the motels had
What
attics?
the hell? They had an attic?
Yeah.
It is old.
Noel Voll. Now that's a hind.
What?
If your last name is Voll, V-O-L-L, and you name your kid Noel or Noel, N-O-A-L, you're just being a shitty parent.
That's close to my last. Whoa.
That's on Gordon's in there. And Javon Trayvon Levitt, 17, was arrested and taken to the Lee County Jail. They were both facing charges of robbery with a firearm, and Vol is facing additional charges of aggravated assault and intentionally shooting at one of the victims during one of their robberies. I think we lost Gordon. I don't know what happened to him.
I'm here.
Okay, there he is.
Wasn't me at all.
Yeah, but static is going through the roof.
Yeah,
something happened. Something changed. Hold on, let's test.
Nope.
Maybe it's me. Hey, it's my mic
Hey,
cable.
it's
Look,
your
I blame it on Gordon. It's my mic cable.
Damn, I got blamed.
Good thing these mic
God,
cables
dude,
have
it's
a
all
lifetime
good, bro.
warranty, so I can go replace this one.
So these little jackasses, they got busted
19 and 17,
God.
robbing 2 stores.
Idiots.
Life is long and hard, and now you're going to be spending it in jail.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you shitheels.
Yep. I wonder what their rap sheet already looks like before now.
I don't know. You'd have to look them up.
Yep. Yeah.
And while we're on topic of shitheels, let's just say on the behalf of the Waterman and D-Train show, Good riddance to Jeffrey Epstein. Thank you to the Clinton family for killing that fucker.
Yes, that he committed suicide, my friend, huh?
No, the Clintons killed him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because news has recently broke that Clinton's name has been on the manifest of his airplane over like 43 times. And he happened to be on suicide watch, but the night that he committed suicide, no one was watching him.
Oh, okay.
Now, Dave, you've been on suicide watch.
Oh, yeah.
We know they take away your shoestrings, your belt,
yes, they
your
do.
clothes. They put you in a burlap suit. They take away your sheets and anything else that one can hang themselves with.
Anything.
So if you're in a cell on suicide watch in a turtle suit, how does one go to kill themselves? We know you can't choke yourself because your life,
dude, you can't, man. You can't. You can't kill yourself when you're on suicide watch, bro.
Exactly.
You have nothing. Like you say, they take your shoelace. They take anything that you can tie together
into an implement of death.
Of death, absolutely. You are taken. Everything is taken from you.
The night he happened to kill himself while being on suicide watch, the guards weren't watching him, and so
get out.
The internet's flooded with Clinton suiciding meme
because
because there is a long list of people that the Clintons have killed.
Wow.
Can you say what the cause of death actually was at this point?
Suicide.
Well, I mean,
no, they haven't come out saying
suffocation.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I mean, did he have like a cyanide pill in his tooth, like Heinrich Himmler or something?
I don't think
as Morgan Long says, did he shoot himself in the back of the head?
Yeah,
I don't think
happen?
that part's come out yet.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I'll take a look here real quick, but wow.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy's done, huh? Yeah.
That's sick.
I've seen those crazy ass that like island and those weird like monastery thing he had out there. What the hell,
There's
man?
There's multiple women who are like in their 20s now who said that sick fuck was flying them down the islands at starting at the age of 13 and just making them doing horrible shit.
God, that is so sad, man. I can't wait
until more names come out of all those sick fucks.
That is so sad, man.
Fuck all those cats.
Yeah, that's not cool, bro. Not cool at all.
What else you got on your news, Gordon?
If you're a fan of J.D. Salinger, his books are finally going digital.
Oh.
Longtime Salinger publisher Little Brown and Company said that all 4 of his works, including To Catcher in the Rye, will be made available as ebooks Tuesday, marking for the first time that the entirety of his published works will be available in a digital format. And that's what I've got for news today.
All right.
And once again, that was Gordon Abernathy tuning in live from the WD10 Ford News Desk, brought to you by Sleeves.com. Go to Sleeves.com, use the promo code D41040, save you 40% on your entire shopping cart. Thank you, Gordon.
Woo!
You got anything else on your list, Dave?
Brother, I'm tapped. I'm done, man.
Well, life is short, life is hard, despite what I said about life being long. Life is long when you're sitting in a clink since you're 17 years old, but when you're a free man or a free woman and you're left to your own devices, life is short and life is hard. So do the things you need to do to accomplish your goals. Take care of your family. Do what you got to do to be a productive member of society. But be happy because one day you might wake up dead. Gordon?
I can be reached at Aegis1974 on Instagram. And shit. That's it.
As Bill and Ted says, Gordon likes to quote, be excellent to each other.
There you go.
Dave?
All right. Hey, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in and checking us out, and go to Patreon. Please give us a little support. We really do. We want to thank everybody for the new board as well. And hey, everybody have a stoked week, and we'll see you next week, man. All right, D-Train, let's get the hell out of here, brother.